Hello, everyone. Good morning or good evening, good afternoon, depending on where you're joining from. Hello, we just will give it a minute for everyone to join in. In the meanwhile, if someone can indicate whether they can hear properly, that would be very helpful. If you could just indicate on the chat box. All right, so we have a confirmation, and thank you for sharing your confirmation. So, today's topic, before we move on to today's topic, this is Kanupriya. I'm joining from Peace Village Learning and Retreat Center of the Brahma Kumaris. That is in New York, in United States of America. And we are looking forward to the spring season here after all the snow. Most of the snow has melted here, not all, but almost there. So, looking forward to summer and spring and the greenery, right? So, today's topic is motivation, right? Motivate to activate. And we are going to look at the foundation of what motivates us. And when we are talking about motivation, it is about motivating the self, right? So, if we are able to motivate ourselves from the right space, then we can also truly motivate others, also, right? First, we have to do it for ourselves. And we all want to achieve success in whatever we set out for ourselves to do, right? And for that, some motivation is required. Even, if it is simply to get a glass of water for ourselves, also motivation is required, right? It may be something big, also something as small as getting a glass of water. So motivation just means that we generate some kind of enthusiasm and interest for the self to take an action, right? Otherwise, we may do it, but not out of enthusiasm and happiness or interest of any kind, right? But we don't want to be there because those feelings are not very good when we are not enthusiastic and motivated to do something, right? So we have two ways of motivating ourselves, two options. So let us look at those two options closely today. Any guesses on those two options that we have? So, one is to be motivated from a space of insecurity. So, if one is from the space of insecurity, then the other one would be from the space of security, right? That's easy. So, currently, what we are doing, yeah, currently, a lot of our motivation, when we look at ourselves, reflect, we see that a lot of our motivation comes from a space of insecurity. And what does this insecurity and security really mean, right? Insecurity just means that, you want to do something that is not coming from the right space, in the sense that maybe it is coming because of you feel that there is a fear that you will lose something, or something may happen, something bad may happen, or there is jealousy with others, right? So you want to maybe get a bigger car because you're motivated to get that bigger car because the neighbor has a very big car. We maybe we want to do the best for our children, but because of the fear that if they don't do well, then this will happen, that will happen, that will happen. And we may be motivated to earn more, and for that we are working day and night to earn more and be more successful. In that sense, we are working very hard. So, but what is the motivation for that? We have to really check. We may want to even help someone and be good to someone, because if we don't do that, sometimes we may feel that others may take away all the credit. Sometimes motivation is from anger. You just want to prove to the world something, and that's why you're just working towards something very, very diligently. And but do we really want to be in that space? And what is that one common theme underlying all these examples that I just quoted? That underlying theme is that, our motivations in all these cases are based out of insecurity. And then maybe we do end up achieving what we set out to achieve. Maybe we don't, right? Both are possible. But whether it is giving better education and providing for our children, or getting a promotion, or doing well at work, or be known on and gain fame and name for ourselves for the good work we are doing, right? So what happens when the inside us, when the motivation is coming from insecurity? How are we feeling? So there are two main things how we feel when motivation is coming from insecurity. Firstly, it is not long lived. Okay, we are not able to keep up that motivation for a long time. We may we may start to feel burnt out very soon, and the enthusiasm dies after some time. And secondly, we start to feel extremely exhausted, as if we are doing things, but as if it's a big burden on us. And we are not able to maintain that same level of enthusiasm because of these two reasons. One is we are not able to keep it for a long time, and then we are feeling burdened and exhausted after we are doing. And if we are able to achieve success, then we feel pride. And the other end, if we are not able to achieve what we set out to achieve, in the case of motivating ourselves from insecurity, then we feel extremely low also. So there are two extreme feelings that we experience for ourselves when the motivation is coming from insecurity. So that is all about the insecurity aspect, right? But with spiritual knowledge, we all have now been given this option to operate from a space of security, to motivate ourselves from a space of security. So that's good news, right? So, meaning to say, what do we mean by security? We are not talking about security deposit in your savings bank account, or the insurance that you have taken, or all the money that you have, or the security of your big house. Not any of those, right? This security that we are talking about is spiritual security, which is based on truth of our real self, the self that is based on reality of the non-physical world. Yeah, that point of light that we always talk about. So when we are able to connect with our reality, the true self, then one finds out the amazing and wonderful, magical truth that there is nothing that can harm the true self, that inner being of light. He knows of his immortality and the fact that he cannot be touched. No one can put even a scratch on this true self. So he feels very safe and secure. And this security actually motivates us to do things. And what are the feelings when we are in this space of security, this true spiritual security from knowing our truth? Then, first of all, feelings are very beautiful. The first feeling is, because the more we connect with our original nature, then we find out that there is nothing that we need from this physical world, and that we belong to a world where everything that this true self needs, that is happiness and love and peace, those are always existing forever. That is the way that non-physical world is, the world that we call home of the soul. Nothing changes in that world, right? So we are always motivated to give to others because we are feeling full of those feelings. We feel secure and full of those feelings, nothing to lose, right? We do we feel as if we have so much for ourselves. There is a feeling of abundance, so we just go on giving and giving, right? And the second thing, when the second feeling that emerges when motivation is coming from security, is that it is permanent in nature. Meaning, the enthusiasm does not die. The more we are connected with our true self, and the moment we are connected with our truth, that security provides us enthusiasm for that does not die very easily. We feel happy to do and are always looking forward to set whatever goal we set for ourselves. And when this happens, whether we are successful or we are not successful in the task, we would be able to maintain that happiness, that equanimity, a certain kind of balance, where we know that our true security actually lies in our true home, that non-physical world of light. That security lies in the truth of our existence. So, very easy to make the option now. Yeah. So, to motivate ourselves, we will connect with that secure space in our meditation today. So, let us sit back and relax the body, but just be alert. And as we take a deep breath in and breathe out, keeping the back straight and upright, we pay our attention to that inner being of light, the inner being of light who's the real living being. The one who knows the truth of his existence. He knows that he is separate from the body, just using the body for a very short period of time. And then he's playing different roles using the body. He may be a parent to someone, brother, sister to someone, daughter and child, employee of some place. Many roles that are being played using this body. And then to interact with others in these various roles, he needs to do something, do many things, and be motivated to do these things well. And so, in our mind's map, we just draw a line separating the physical world from the non-physical world. And we see that the role being played is in the physical world. The body exists in the physical world. And that is where there is insecurity. Because there is fear of losing, there are feelings of owning things, we are developing attachments to people and other objects, name, fame. But that is temporary and has an end. Everything in the physical has an end. And now, in that mind map, we take ourselves upwards beyond the line that we drew in our map to the non-physical world. This non-physical world is where this point of light belongs. He's aware of his existence. It is the real world. This world is a world of light. And in this world of light, he is welcomed by his eternal Father, the supreme-most being of light, who opens the door to show him the way towards light. This world of light is vast and expansive. This is a world where there is absolute silence and a feeling of silent security. It is a wonder that nothing changes in this world. He realizes that there is nothing that he owns from this dimension. And because he does not own anything, he knows that he cannot lose anything. There is a certain fearlessness that he experiences based on this secure feeling. of not losing anything. He knows that this tiny point of light cannot be harmed by anything. No one can say, defame, or insult or praise this point of light. Because this point of light is beyond the role of the physical. Point of light is always connected with his original nature of happiness, true love, and peace. And this feeling of beyond harm generates a feeling of brotherhood with all the others that he's interacting with. This point of light knows of his immortal existence in this dimension of light called home. He knows that fire cannot burn him. Water cannot wet him. Nothing can ever put even a scratch on this point of light. Because he knows he's eternal. And there is a deep sense of security that one experiences from this amazing knowing of one's own reality. Being connected to this real world of light brings out the best in the true self, because now he feels very safe and secure. And because of this safety and security, he's able to share without limitations with others. He's able to be motivated and be enthusiastic when he's interacting in the physical world, interacting with people, objects, circumstances. He's always motivated because he's connected with his home of security. That home exists forever. That security is like a safety net that protects this inner being of light always. Such a beautiful feeling to always be protected, to always be feeling safe. It is a wonder. And he's amazed to see the timelessness of this dimension of light. With the light, he is able to see clearly. This light of spiritual knowledge gives him clarity. Clarity that there is nothing to worry about. With this clear vision, he is able to see the physical world as temporary, where he is playing a role for a short period of time. And so, he's able to enjoy his temporary short visit into the physical world to the maximum possible. He knows he's just very motivated and enthusiastic to share what he has experienced based on the security from the non-physical reality. This amazing, wonderful, and magical reality. And so, throughout the day, for the next 24 hours, we just see for ourselves if we are connected with our reality that is secure, and if we are taking actions based on that security. It's such a beautiful feeling to be motivated based on security. Thank you, and hope that we all are able to motivate ourselves from now on by being connected with our secure reality, and a whole different set of feelings and emotions, attitudes, behaviors will emerge when our motivations are based out of security, based on our reality. And see you all very soon. Have a good day, good evening, or a good night.